Good morning, Scopers. Good morning. For those who are joining and for those who watch the replay, my name is Deborah Taylor. I'm an author and co-founder of the Writers Inquiry International. Good morning, Dr. G. Sometimes I can see when people enter into the room, but I don't necessarily see the little Perry guy doesn't show me who all is here. But I want to welcome you guys. Welcome those who are joining. Welcome those who will watch the replay, but not on this particular replay. I'm going to post it somewhere else. Today, I'm going to be talking about why most prophets are not ordained. Most prophets are not ordained. When you think about the word ordination, what comes to mind? What do you think about when you hear the term ordination, or you need to be ordained, or what ministry is covering you? Do you ever stop to think about that term? Well, if you are called as a prophet, especially those who are called as a prophet from birth, you need to understand that God has called you into a particular office. And then when he calls you, he also provides you with the resources, the tools. He ordains you from birth. He told Jeremiah, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you, and I called you to be a prophet to the nations. You have to understand, when you're called in a governmental office, when you're called to the nations, when you're called to the sphere of business, when you're called to the sphere of education, you are not necessarily ordained to walk in that particular office. Therefore, most true prophets are not ordained. If you are called to serve in a local church, because of the burdens of man, because of the burdens of humans, they want you to be ordained in order to operate in that particular church. You have to be ordained to operate in that particular church. And then there are some churches that you are called in the prophetic realm where you do not have to be ordained in order to speak or operate in a church prophetically. But let's talk about the word ordination. When you talk about ordained, to be ordained, it means that the church recognizes you to be an official minister or pastor. This is what I got from a definition off of the internet. It says it means that the church, remember, there's a lot of religious and legal spirits in the church. They recognize you to be an official minister or pastor. Minister, not prophet, minister. Usually, there is some kind of process of training, classes, mentorship, etc. If you are in a particular church where you are under a pastor, the pastor cannot train a prophet. If you are in a particular church and the pastor has the call of a teacher, the teacher cannot ordain you. If you are called in an apostolic church, let's get real. I'm going to talk about that on another topic. The apostle cannot ordain you. The apostle cannot ordain you. These are man-made rules, obstacles, hindrances, whatever that is placed in front of the prophet, because the prophet is the voice, the eyes, the ears of God. They speak what is on the heart of God. And if that particular church, minister, pastor, apostle cannot control you, you will not be speaking what thus said the Lord. Let's get real. I'm going to talk about, like I say, about why apostles cannot train prophets. Because why? Let me explain. Prophets are trained by God. You go through a series of process throughout your life of where he trains you. He takes you through pits. He puts you on pinnacles. He takes you through pits. He puts you up high. He takes you down in valleys. He takes you up and down. He trains you. He teaches you how to hear, how not to hear, how to speak, how to be bold. Your sphere, your particular ministry giftings, wherever he places you, he teaches you how to be the prophet that he has called you to be. So when you get training, it comes from God. If you want to go to a school, you go to learn the language of a particular institution, but it does not mean that it's going to promote you or give you any opportunities. It's because when you are called in the prophetic realm, you are ordained by God. He sends you to the sphere. He sends you where he wants you to go. When I am in a particular institution, or when a prophet is, not me in particular, but when a prophet is in a particular office, say that the prophet is called to be a governmental prophet. He can't go in there saying, "Thus saith the Lord." He or she must be able to speak the language of the government. When a prophet is operating in a particular educational system, he or she must be able to speak the language of the educational institution. If a prophet goes into the health sciences, he or she must be able to speak the language of the health sciences field. You see, you don't go in there saying, "Thus saith the Lord," but you can get your message across very clearly in spite of the atmosphere or the position that you are in. Or most prophets, again, I want to repeat, are not ordained by man. They are ordained by God. They do not have to receive a piece of paper. They do not have to have anybody laying hands on them. They do not have to be recognized by anyone by God. You go, Jeremiah was told to go. To go. Be strong. Don't be afraid of their faces. Don't be afraid of the faces of men. Most prophets, true prophets, are not ordained. So guys, for those who have served in our services, our military service, I salute you. I thank God for you. We thank God for you. We thank God for your service. We honor you. We respect you. We just bless God. We speak his Psalm 91 of protection over you this day. For those who are joining, I bless you. Thank God for you. Speak Psalm 91 of protection over you. And we'll talk to you soon. So just to let you know, this is Deborah Taylor. I'm an author and co-founder of the Writers Inkhorn International. I'm coming to you today to talk to you about why most true prophets are not ordained. Guys, be blessed and know that God is the writer and we are his inkhorn.